the rat, the rooster, the dragon, the dog, all formulated gush toads from abroad. Simulate the ancestors left to feel in charge, and malice was the victim while ego was enlarged. Let's all raise our hands and sing glory. The knight in shining armor has agreed to read his story. Shine the armor glistening, radiance for glory. Gatekeeper of a manifested swing deploring. A handbag crafted for marksmanship, coated by the plastic of heart attacks relived. Rebooted brain cells activate my chip, and gray matter laughter making thoughts adequate. Let's all take a break till the eyes awake, and let's all take a trade to feed off of fate, and let's all take the risk of life generating to watch our souls decide to walk the plank's end.
Presented to the earth's soil, procreating fruits, providing nourishment to the turmoil. I do my best to blend in, but then again the saga's never ending, conclusion still pending. Thoughts blending, intertwined with time. Imagination stems from joy and pain combined. Trying to fly, but I'm hitting all the stop signs, but wrote it down and very soon it caught minds. And now I'm searching for a reason, trying to speed the growth of the brain, like my bones through the seasons. A little seedling, hatched from the fetus, now on its way from the followers to leaders. Trying to lead a pack of inspiration earthbound, exploring landscapes, harvesting where worth is found. Trying to synchronize development amongst the fruits in the fertile soil planted in my settlement. Magnify the light, the little twinkle in your eye. Illuminate the I don't knows, the fuck it, I'ma try. And now it's time to blossom. Shooting stars always fell far till the day I caught one.
You started as a grain of sand, but in the end, what could that grain of sand withstand? You started as a grain of sand, but by the end, the seeds grew into trees and the boys into men. You started as a grain of sand, but in the end, what could that grain of sand withstand? You started as a grain of sand, but by the end, the seeds grew into trees and the boys into men.
Started out as a seed with some room to grow, flourished in my pot at first. With my kinfolk, sucked all the nutrients in, only tried to impress, but sometimes I felt the pain of a mother treated us less. Found out about lies, realized the whole truth. So many fantasies crushed before I lost my first tooth. Still drank all the water that I was given. My roots grabbing hold, the maternal love extended. I tried to reach out, but I started to slip. Must have asked for too much from that spoiled last sip. I thought I was grown, I went off on my own, only come to find out I should have never left home. My thorns picked my pride, had to prove my self-worth. Put myself in the situation that I had to give birth. Started spreading my seeds so immaturely, but I had to learn the hard way to get me to see. But now that I know all the pain that I caused, try to teach what I've learned so you don't feel lost. Gotta let yourself flower so you know mature power. Don't skip that last step or your seed could go sour.
Entrapment caught the vexed chains of the Moors. Saw forth direction to inaugurate what's torn. But now you wanna be the sponge that minds absorb. Gone sinking in the sand, sound sincerely yours. But how with that sand do you plan to build a castle? Find it stable grounds within the mind cannot be tackled. For your life is but a jungle made of gravel, a pit to spit your gum, hoping that will work as spackle. So all aboard the brainwaves, the train that never stops. The Pisces express that train of thought. Dropped itself upon tracks that motivation caught. Announced its retreat to forever turn up lost.
You started as a grain of sand, but in the end, what could that grain of sand withstand? You started as a grain of sand, but by the end, the seeds grew into trees and the boys into men. You started as a grain of sand, but in the end, what could that grain of sand withstand? You started as a grain of sand, but by the end, the seeds grew into trees and the boys into men.
The first step is acceptance, personal growth. Set your sails to go and find your essence. The second step is a step past the previous lesson. It's time to leave instead of chasing adolescence. The third step is belief. Kid, I know you on the outside, but what's underneath? The fourth step is to realize that life is how you make it or break it, yeah, realize. The fifth step is control. It's time to pave your own existence and try to find your soul. From a seed to a man, knowledge always grows. But I don't even know exactly how to, but I know I'll try. I don't even know if I'ma make it, even though I might. But I still remember what my mama told me. Some take a look at your own family, you only get one shot, so try it, they're free. Maybe then you'll see that this life can be so beautiful and perfect if you live it happily. Disregard the setbacks and apathy. You gotta reach for the skies, try to realize that everything will be just fine.
started as a grain of sand, but in the end, what could that grain of sand withstand? You started as a grain of sand, but by the end, the seeds grew into trees and the boys into men. You started as a grain of sand, but in the end, what could that grain of sand withstand? You started as a grain of sand, but by the end, the seeds grew into trees and the boys into men.